You want to make a Nardo Wick type beat? Because that's what we're doing today. Sort of. Sounds like this. Hey, my name is Guenther, and this is Better Make Music. Let's get it started. Unpopular opinion. Basically, every single YouTube beat how-to is exactly the same thing, right? They always say things like, oh, let's make an atmospheric sample, throw on some trap drums, give it some reverb, keep it simple, call it a day. But to me, that just gets old, and it's like, that's the whole point of this channel and what I do for you, because there's so much to learn. Why not learn something new? And I think you're ready for it, right? I mean, are you not? Today's video is all about vibe and how to absolutely nail it. So for Nardo Wick, that means what changes, what stays. So look. So usually I start with chords, and today we're working with these. So generally speaking, I like that. But let's take this up another notch and flesh out that story a little bit more, because story equals vibe. If dark and creepy is the goal, that's just so much better, right? Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's such a small change, just a couple notes and a tiny bit of rhythm, but that vibe just became so much more clear. If you want to know specifically why this chord progression sounds so dark and creepy, these are the strongest reasons I found for why. If you want even more of an explanation, I put it down in the description, because not everyone's gonna care. Anyways, the next sound I added was this Rhodes, but I don't think I'll show that to you now, because it's the sound that completes the puzzle that is this beat, which is why I think I'll show it to you last, because it'll make the most sense that way. So instead, here's this bass. Because if it didn't have bounce, it really needs some. I love the upright bass here because it's so low key, but it just works. And after I added that bass, I went back and added a distorted sine wave underneath it just to really beef up that bottom end. Because it's like, I used to never do that, but in the right situations, oof, I'll show you what I mean. Right? That's undeniable. You know what else is undeniable? This drum section. Let's put those in. Obviously the kick, snare. Now the hi-hats. And now the hook hats. Now all together. At some point while making the drums, I started to hear this melody, so then I basically just played with it until it sounded how I wanted. Right, so it's this guitar. Basically from there I went and doubled it an octave up and threw this phaser on it. And if you want to make it more rappable, just take the guitar back off, because it takes up a lot of space and fills that lead role that the vocal needs. Anyways, that brings us back to this Rhodes. And honestly, I was about to scrap this beat because the vibe really just wasn't coming together for me until I thought of this. And this is something I do with Rhodes sometimes, right? I'll take a Rhodes and I'll distort it, but like way too much. Then I'll take an EQ and dial down the high frequencies and then turn it way down, right? As in terms of volume or gain. Obviously I use Decapitator, but if you don't have Decapitator, Fruity's stock effector plugin has a distortion in it that I think sounds really similar to Decapitator. Try it out. Either way, I don't know how you'll feel about this when you hear it, but to me, it just makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up straight. Like, in the most subtle way, it is just flat out the most wildly creepy or scary or dark or just like, if nothing else, just off the wall kind of sound that you can throw into a beat. Check this out. At the beginning of this video, I promised you I wouldn't use the word simple, and I won't, but I mean, you know what I'm thinking. It's 5 parts in an FX. It's a super fun little exercise that you can do to train your sense of vibe. Limit yourself to as few tracks and sounds as possible, and see how strong of a vibe you can make from that. But this is where I leave you, so thank you for watching. If you're still here, just leave a like in the comment. Even just a thumbs up or a fire emoji lets me know that you got something out of this video. That said, my name is Marcus Guenther. Have a nice day, and remember, if you want to make music better, better make music. Now without further ado, the whole beat.